It's your boy Gem Mint.
And your girl Phie.
We're here with the live book club. We're going to just kind of wait for some people to roll on in here. But for you guys watching on the replay, I don't want to make this too boring. So we did a live show last night. I'm still recovering. Man.
You did. When we got off camera, I really should have put a live on you. I should have just been walking around filming you.
Why? What'd I do?
You were leaning. You were all over the house. I'm like, get in bed already.
Steph made me 2 burritos.
Oh yeah, I had to feed you. I was like, get some bread in your stomach before you go to sleep. What's up?
So we're doing this live chat with you guys with House of X issue 2 and Absolute Carnage issue 1 because we wanted to have at least a couple things to talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Revy 2K said Gem was looking tipsy last night. Yo, I was gone.
I told you after we got off this. First of all, right as soon as we ended, you were like, "I'm gone." I was like, "Yeah, we all know."
What's up, Symbiote Massacre? Yeah, that Tito's crept up on me. Crazy, man. Shout out to Mike Spina.
What up?
What up, Spina? What up, Mac Haven? All right, so man said hasn't finished House of X 2 though. How do you know? It's 1 issue, bro. So I don't know. I think it's probably going to be a spoiler discussion, I would say, right? So
yeah, I'm definitely not holding anything back. So
yeah, if you haven't read all of House of X 2, man, you might want to come back and catch the replay on this.
I mean, who cares? You just don't think about it while you're reading it.
There you go. Just be surprised.
Just forget.
Wesley Davidson said, been waiting on this since last week. Love the new live club. It's sick. Yeah, man. Appreciate that. Here my plot says round 2. He's with it. So I think that we enjoyed House of X 1 immensely, right? We were like, okay, boom, we're new jumping into X-Men. This is like a jumping on point for us. And we enjoyed it. Powers of 10 came out and we got a little nervous. Like, oh, are they going to start?
Am I in over my head?
Is it going to hurt us that we haven't read the prior runs? Who's that guy? Why'd that guy say this to that guy? So,
it's still been fun.
Yeah. So we had to, talk it out and we kind of made more sense of Powers of 10 because, you're jumping through the different time periods and there's different characters in each time. But then House of X issue 2, it was back to like, dang. House of X 2, you don't really need to know anything prior, and except for it would help to know that the main character, Moira McTaggart, is she's married to Banshee. She's like a geneticist, and she's always been like a friend or a friendly to the mutants, right? So she never was a mutant before, as far as I'm aware. And it's all about her having some kind of power. Not sure if it's a mutant power, because somebody put in the comments, it seems more than a mutant power.
I mean, to reincarnate like that same life again, because it's the exact same. She's going back to the same time, right? She's being born at the exact same time. It's not like each life is like going into the future, into the future, into the future.
What's this? House of X, is it good or not? The post on Facebook with fist and mouth. Oh, somebody. I don't know what that meme was.
It was a meme. It was just like everyone's loving it. Like they're just taking it. Like, give me all of it. I love it.
Are y'all gonna have a Patreon soon? I don't know. I don't really like asking for money like that. I would rather sell you something than ask for something for free. No one says X is fire. So yeah, Moira McTaggart. This issue is titled The Uncanny Life of Moira X. So it tells us about Moira's first life, right? And she lives it. So no Tito's tonight. Mm-hmm. She lives it. She has a family. Everyone dies. Cool, whatever. She wakes up in the womb remembering everything.
Yo, that's wild.
So that's why her second life could never have been like her first life, because, and it says that in there, once you're living your second life and you remember everything that happened the first time, it's impossible to recreate that. So she has to hide the fact that she's smarter than an average kid. She does not get married, does not have that family. And then her second life, I guess we have to look at the timeline to remember, but I want to say she goes to Oxford and meets Professor X. Let's go in the back real quick.
Yeah, I was going to go to it. Yeah, and we didn't even notice, not even for like a little bit, that there wasn't a sixth
life.
That was so funny.
Yeah, so basically she goes to Oxford. She meets Professor Xavier. She funds the Muir Research Institute, and she dies in a plane crash in her second life. So in her third life, she's like, all right, we're not going to be taking that flight this time around. So in phase 3, in life 3, is that where she ends up finding the cure?
See, I couldn't sort out. You'd have to look at
this.
Everything.
Yeah, in life 3, she marries Professor X. She dies in a Sentinel attack at age 55. So she knows if we do this same thing the next time, the Sentinels are going to kill us in like Days of Future Past style.
Yeah, this was cool.
Mike Spina with that Maggie Mags. What up? What's that? Silix Khan?
I don't know.
All right, so then the fourth life comes through. She skips all the bullshit, and at age 13, she gets her mutant powers, right? Or I guess that's when...
Manifestation.
Right. That's when she goes to meet Xavier early. They establish the mutant nation of Faraway. And what happens in 4? She gets killed in a Sentinel attack. So that's when they figure out that, right, the Sentinels are always going to happen.
Right.
Let me see what the chat's talking about.
Yeah, I want you to, there, get the comments.
Yeah. What up, Miss Megan? Life 6 is going to be the big twist. Yeah, for sure. So she learns from Destiny that she can only really live 9, maybe 10 lives. So on her 10th life is where this book ends. And that's where she tells Professor X, read my mind and see what I've really been through. Now, this kind of came up in other people's comments that couldn't Professor X have read her mind in all those previous lives, but maybe he would never read their mind without them being willing to. He has some kind of ethics code like that.
But what about when he's using Cerebro? Like he just...
Yeah, but how would that let him know all the different lives? That would only let him know like where she's at, really. I mean...
Okay, I guess. Yeah, all right.
Demonic says, Gem got me into statues and omnibus. Now he's about to get me into singles. Come on, bro. The thing with missing out on singles all this time is that you're not up to date with what's going on in like current comics. So I kind of didn't like that feeling, and was interested in some of the newer runs. So we're gonna start bringing some single issue stuff. Yeah, CJ Cagnina talking the same thing. Why is Life 6 missing? She's a fucking cat.
I know.
Be
I saw that. What up?
Yo, so let's get to that, Michael. Yeah, the most interesting timeline is where she's side by side with Apocalypse.
I can't wait because one of her on the cover. So, like, what does this mean on the cover when she's like this blue, like him? Like, look, she looks like
that. Just might be the life where she allies with him.
I can't wait, man.
So let me look at this real quick. So, all right, so Life 5. Let's see which one was Life 5. Yeah, that's where they 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She dies in the Sentinel attack for the second time. It skips Life 6 on us. Life 7.
I didn't even notice it.
She joins the BAF, receives military training. She disappears at age 21. That's when she assassinates all the Trask family, but that didn't work. Year 8 is where she goes to Magneto. She joins Magneto, but she still dies. Life 9 is where she joins Apocalypse. So she's like, man, I try to go with Professor X. I try to go with Magneto. Let's go with Apocalypse. And she has I seen a preview for the next issue where she looks like she's wifed up with Apocalypse.
Uh-huh.
And since that didn't work in the 10th life, it's like, okay, we have to all combine forces. And that's what I'm thinking is going to happen with this whole Krakoa. Xavier is sharing the island with Magneto. I don't know if we saw Apocalypse besides that future part. Did we? I don't think we saw him on Krakoa. Did he have an island on? Did he have a burrow in Krakoa? So here's the thing. Okay, let's talk about this. Undead 797. Why does Moira reincarnating herself cause alternate universes? I didn't know that reincarnation could do all that. Plot hole. So here's the thing, though. Is it alternate? Damn, is it alternate universes?
No, because they're talking about it. They're like going back and forth. Go through more comments because someone says no. The time starts over.
Right. So that's what I was going. So when she reincarnates, the world starts over. But Professor X can see all the things that have happened. I guess it kind of cleans things up for X-Men continuity to begin with, right? Because Days of Future Past then never happened. Sentinel attacks never happen, or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, well, I guess it depends because where she's meeting him now, what age is she meeting him in Life 10?
17. Is this the right here?
But when does she tell him at the end? Year 47, Moira, Xavier, Magneto, Schism. House of X starts at her year 52. Huh. I don't know.
It's the whole time, the time changing. It's hard for me to follow it, but I'm trying my best. Okay, so it starts over every time. It's
so as Murphy, we don't know right now if she'll have an 11th life or not. We just know about the 10, and we don't know what happened with Life 6. Yeah, the panels of her different lives were sweet, man. That was a good selling point.
Mm-hmm.
What if it's all just a giant editing error? Yeah, so Xavier only knows all those things because she shares that info with him. So she's basically saying, look, I lived 9 other times and disaster happens every time. We need to do something different than all these other 9 times. And then I guess that's what we're going to start finding out in the future issues. Her first life was her longest according to the timeline. That's interesting. I wonder what that means, right? But you have these other lifelines that have no expected end. It just keeps going like tracks. You know what I'm saying? So we don't really know what that means.
That is weird though. That is the longest up until that point.
Got herself in the game, and look.
Whew.
What up, Craig Chaos? She probably died young in 6, maybe. Maybe it's one of those red issues that are coming up.
Megan said 6 of the House of X books, 6 of the Powers of 10, the missing 6 timeline. Like, is it all the numbers? Oh, it's so funny.
What up, Charlie Rogers? Yeah, she died an old lady in her first life, but in the last 2 lives, it doesn't give us a death.
Mm-mm.
That's what it is.
Look at the war begins and just.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about House of X issue 2? Like, what do you guys think where they're going with this, right?
Yeah, that's what I want to know. What does everybody else think is going on? Oh, look at Vega.
Yeah.
He said 666.
That's that Drake, the 6 god.
Oh my gosh.
So we'll get some comments from the chat, and then we'll jump onto this absolute carnage.
Oh yeah, Carnage. I read that one today.
Keep track of the predictions, right? Like, I guess she has to team them up, but who is Professor X and Xavier got to go up against? Because every life is something different that happens. I guess they got to prevent Sentinels. They got to maybe the whole difference is that it's always been Xavier's dream, but now we're being a little bit more. Hey, we want to be our own nation. We'll hit you up with these seeds on these plants. All you got to do is grow these plants.
Hey,
and trust me,
you're gonna like these plants.
You're gonna like these plants, and we're gonna be a sovereign nation, right? So that maybe that's the difference. Let's not live what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know.
In harmony with humans.
Oh, codependent?
No.
Coexist?
Yes. Let's not try to coexist with humans, and let's try to do our own thing.
Yeah, I did like Carnage. I did like it.
Lee Hodgins said, House of X blew my mind with Mora, still wrapping my mind around it.
Yeah, it was really good.
What up, Tommy 240? What up, Dylan Anthony?
What up?
Yeah, coexist. So, yeah, I mean, I guess we got to see what they're up against. I mean, if Powers of 10 is tying into any of this, you have these different eras of X-Men, right? Year 1, year 10, year 100, year 1000. And so what do we know? We know in year 100 is you have the Rasputin stuff, right? And then 1000, we don't know what's going on besides that chick is still in the bath.
1000.
That's on YouTube thing. Check that out. All right, let's see. All right, so no one really talking about Powers of House of X. We could jump on over to this Absolute Carnage, right? So Powers of 10 comes out. Issue 2 comes out this week. Cool. So we have to pick that up, see what's going on with that.
Give me a minute.
Let's see what Vega's talking about. Well, they tried the Mags way, the Professor X way, and the Apocalypse way. I guess none of them were successful. Perhaps the current plan is someone else's. Yeah, or to me, I think it looks like they're teaming up, right? Undead saying reincarnation, as far as I know, is when your soul begins life in a new body or on the same world. So I'm still tripping about Moira getting to redo things. Yeah, it's more like the Groundhog Day effect, right? Except for she starts back in the womb every time. Comic Head 84 saying just happy to see an X-Men book is his favorite read this year.
Mm-hmm.
It's nice to see X-Men back on top, right? Yeah, Terry, we are going to get up to date on Immortal Hulk. Got up to date with Silver Surfer Black. I didn't realize it was only on 2 issues, so we both got up to date with that.
I like the connection that it had with.
That's how I got her to read it. I'm like, yo, there's a null connection in Silver Surfer Black.
That was so cool, and I love the art.
I'm up to date on the Deceased, and then we're reading The Last Night. The Last Night, yeah. Yeah,
I read the first issue of The Last Night. That one only comes out once a month, though.
So JR, see, we recently got into this run as well. So in the prior arc of X-Men, apparently, because we didn't read it, Professor X is stuck in the astral plane with Phantom X, or Phantom X sacrifices his body, and Professor X is able to live through Phantom X's body right now. And I guess he's been acting weird since then. He's wearing the Cerebro mask that got him looking like the Maker. And what's interesting is we have the Maker in Absolute Carnage.
Yeah, that was wild.
Right. All right, just trying to get caught up with the chat. Mike Spina saying maybe it's inevitable for sure. So Russell Gunn saying, if you're just getting into comics or omnibus, where do you find a catalog of past issues? Do you catalog your collection? I kind of only really video catalog it. So that's kind of how I keep track of it. Otherwise, I don't know. How do I know what's out there? Just from hunting them down, and you find out which one through, I don't know, eBay searches. And I think Marvel has a database online somewhere of all their omnibus, but I don't think the other publishers have that. And with comics, you can use Previews World to look at the next comics coming out the next week. Carnage was more fun, but House of X2 is mind-blowing and awesome. Yeah, I think House of X2 is a really well-written issue. It got a lot of people excited about the run. Absolute Carnage had good art. It was bloody. We have Carnage and Venom and Spider-Man on the pages again. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was getting a little bit worried at the end. It was actually making me a little bit like nervous for them. Like, okay, are you gonna get the fuck out of there, or are we gonna stay?
So let's talk about Absolute Carnage. So my boy Brandon Stoinski says Cates is a great writer, but Carnage 1 let me down. It would be great for a new reader to jump on. I felt like it was mostly backstory. I have been reading Venom for a minute now. So I guess it still feels like a Venom event, but this is supposed to become a whole Marvel event, though, like tying in all these other people that have worn the symbiote. I noticed that Scream has a 3-issue miniseries that starts this week.
Ooh, we're going to get that one.
Yeah, we're going to get that, which is the female symbiote. So I think it'll be more interesting when we see how much of the Marvel Universe it affects and not just be a Spider or a Venom event. You know what I mean? So yeah, Charlie Rogers, what's the deal with the book club? I guess we pick a couple of issues that were hot that week or whatever that most people read, because it wouldn't make sense to do this for like Sea of Stars, right? Like how many people read it? Not as much that read these, right? So
did anybity read it? I want to know what someone else thinks about that story.
Well, we'll do after Absolute Carnage, right?
All right.
So with the book club, we'll promote it through the week, like through our weekly issues during the week. What we'll be talking about on the weekend or whatever.
I don't think I want to do one next weekend.
Phie, if Gem is forcing you to read comics, blink 3 times.
Look, you wrote right here. Oh no.
Bob Land's always asking some off the wall question.
Japanese wrestling.
Yeah, that's Marfy. If Marvel did animated movies like DC, House of X, Powers of 10 would be a sick animated movie. What's up, JW Statues? Terry saying, I love Immortal Hulk and the Alex Ross covers. It's in boss mode. Yeah, so I think someone's going to send us the trades to read and get caught up. I mean, you don't have to if you don't want to.
I do want to read it. There's been a lot of people who have been saying that it's really good.
And then we'll get the oversized hardcover when it comes out in October. Let's see if we're anyone talking about Absolute Carnage.
Okay, Vega. How are people feeling about the new skeleton look of Carnage?
I don't really like it.
You don't?
No.
I like it. I think it's very scary. I think it's very scary. Noel is scary to me.
So I didn't like how they drew Noel in that Silver Surfer black though. It's not up here.
I know, but
you see, you had
no. I like the way it reminds me of like Japanese tattoo art. The way that the illustrations are in the black. What is it? Silver Surfer books.
Is Immortal Hulk ending after 25? I don't know. I would like to know. But so what else happened in there, right? So
I love the dynamic of Eddie and Dylan. That whole
I know he's my son, but he thinks I'm his older brother.
Yeah.
First of all, the art my man who did it again? Yeah, Ryan Stegman. He killed the art. I love how he drew Spider-Man in this issue. So you said something interesting when you were reading Absolute Carnage. You're like, so Spider-Man is just sitting at the table talking to these two humans, like he in costume. Like, why couldn't he have been Peter right there?
Yeah, like, and they know he's Peter. Like, I don't understand why he had to have the costume on.
Well, I guess the kid Dylan wouldn't know that it was Peter.
Is he always jokey like this? This is also the first thing I've ever read with Spider-Man in it.
Yeah, they do make him very jokey like that.
I'm like, are you Deadpool or are you Spider-Man?
Yeah, it was a little out of place to me, I think. But I mean, Spider-Man jokes, and Donny Cates is gonna want to make Spider-Man joke. It's cool for him to make him like, oh, we're gonna make him snarky. Why did the kid hate Spider-Man?
I was just gonna read that same exact thing.
I don't know, man.
He told it because he told that's what they were talking about at the time. He's like, yeah, he's my kid. Of course, he's gonna hate you right the second he fucking meets you.
Because he was a someone else fan, wasn't he?
I don't remember.
He was a fan of somebody else or something.
I don't recall that at all.
Yeah. So Revy 2K, was the skeleton look because he's been dead? That was my first on page intro to Carnage. Yeah, I didn't read the issue where he was resurrected, but he was resurrected by this cult. I forget the name of the cult, but yeah, that's what I assumed, that he looked like that too because he was resurrected. Yeah, see, this is the first time Cates has wrote Spider-Man. He's not gonna write Spider-Man and not give him quips. He would just do it for the game. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I gotta give him some quips. But it did feel out of place to me. I'm like, you're really gonna be that jokey? Like, you can see Eddie Brock is obviously distraught.
I knew he was like, he did make jokes, but I was like, is this like a bit much though?
It seemed a bit much to me.
I like it. I think it's fun. I like it, but I was just,
Yes, Mike Spina said he's kicking our tushies. That's how Bendis was writing him in Ultimate Spider-Man. Like, yo, you got to talk like an old lady, man.
Oh, someone asked about. Oh, wait, Spider-Man manga?
Ben Hazel, I wouldn't be surprised if they have. Oh, that's not even what I wanted to put. Hold on. I meant to read Sky. I wouldn't be surprised if Donny Cates would be working up to write. If he would be up to writing a Spider-Man run. It seems like he's down to get like, yo, let me get Silver Surfer, let me get Venom. I'm pretty sure he would love to take over Spider-Man, and I think we would love to see it. He's playing it safe with Spidey.
This one right here was so scary. The panel where he's just at the bottom right here, like peeking out of the mask, out of Carnage. So creepy.
Yeah, so Carnage looks like a zombie, right?
He's so creepy. He's got no lips. His eye socket is like sunken.
Yeah, they're saying Dylan hated Spider-Man because it's like father like son. It was just one of those things.
Yeah, here look very skeletal.
Dylan obviously reads the Daily Bugle. That makes sense. Yeah, his resurrection. That's why he looks like that. So, it's a different Carnage that we're facing now. It's not the same old shit. And like Jet Li, the One style, he's getting stronger every time he defeats somebody who has worn a symbiote, right? So he's building himself into this like mega Carnage. Now, what I want to ask is something that you brought up. Like, what's the relationship with Noel? What happened off these pages that we missed? That he is like, is he possessed by Noel? Is he part of Noel's hive mind? Is he working with Noel to get stronger? What's the end game? Like, I know Carnage is just a serial killer, and the body count, the higher it is, the better. But what's the relationship with him and Noel right now?
Right. And to really get into the head of the current Carnage that we're reading about in the book, they have this like form in the back.
I didn't read that. The interview from
Ravencroft.
Yeah.
And there's a part at the bottom that is horrifying. It like gives the character so much more depth, and he makes him
on his like serial killer ways, right?
Makes him so much more scary.
Noel is using Carnage to free him. Okay. So Carnage is not really, he still seems like himself though, but he just calls Noel master. And then we got to talk about Norman Osborn, because the last time I read Norman Osborn, he had become Red Goblin, and had bonded with the Carnage symbiote. Now he's locked up, but he thinks he's Cletus Cassidy, even though he's Norman Osborn.
Yeah, that was crazy. Hold on, I'm getting to it. I'm at the Maker part, which Reed Richards is like a little bit like crazy. Why is he a little bit crazy? I thought he was like a level-headed like scientist.
Who, Osborn?
No. Reed.
Oh,
Reed
yeah, we'll talk about that.
Okay.
So QA Vanilla, I did explain to Phie why Osborn was Carnage, or he became Carnage and became the Red Goblin in that run.
Mm-hmm.
He had like a vial of the symbiote or some shit, right? So Carnage is controlled by Null. Carnage is wearing the dragon symbiote. Yep. My man said Red Goblin was fire. And at the end of Red Goblin, he infects his grandson, Normie Osborn, with the symbiote. And that's why they bring him to the Maker to try to see if they can use that machine to get the codex off of his DNA without killing him. So about Reed Richards. So Reed Richards is Mr. Fantastic from the Ultimate Universe. And he became insane. What happened? Because of he brought the Marvel Zombies on. Is that what caused the Maker? Or was it the Council of Reeds? But the Council of Reeds was...
Council of Ricks.
It was Hickman. That's where he got that from, I think. Normie's expendable. Real quick on the Maker. Am I on the right track? I'm pretty sure the Maker went crazy in the Ultimate Universe for Marvel Zombies happening.
I hate that they call him Normie because that's like a
Well, he's a little kid.
I know, but
he's a normie.
Yeah, he's a normie. He's a child.
Terry, that makes sense. He thinks working for Null. He's working for Null, but the ultimate goal is to set Null free and kill Null to obtain the godlike power and control of the Hive.
Oh, that
sounds about right.
Seems about right. Yeah. Thank you for clearing that up. That's definitely makes sense.
Jim, where the liquor at? Man, I had to take a break after last night, man.
I really should have just put a camera on him last night after we got offline because he was gone. It was funny. Bob.
What's the machine really going to do, though? Or what will a Maker do with the codex once extracted? That's the part that we don't trust, right? And Eddie doesn't trust him either, but he's like, yo, I'm the only... He
doesn't really seem trustworthy.
I don't trust him.
He's like, this thing is going to work. It's going to... First of all, Carnage is removing spines, right?
Yeah.
How are you getting it out? Because that's how he's getting it out. So how are you going to get it out? Yo, that whole pit of bodies, every person that had ever been had the symbiote, that was crazy. They're like, some of these are in like levels of decomposition. Like these people have been dead for years.
Maker went crazy because Susie left him and the heroes blamed him for causing an alien invasion. Okay, I thought it was Marvel Zombies because I know that happened in the Ultimate Universe. Yeah, so he went crazy or whatever. So we got, I think Secret Wars is what brought him into this universe along with Miles Morales. So somebody's asking, yo, Gem, what do you think Spidey, Venom, and Thanos team up against Null, Carnage, and the symbiotes? But see, I think, isn't Thanos dead right now? Because we just read Silver Surfer Black.
That was in this.
And that was in the intro. Yeah, so I think Thanos is dead. Not that he couldn't come back. Obviously, this is comics.
It's up here, right? It says that Thanos is dead.
Right. I think that was in the beginning of Silver Surfer Black.
Oh, yeah. See, I got too many stories in my head. I can't do this.
You gotta try to separate them stories.
Ugh.
So overall, I think, Absolute Carnage is fun. The artwork is good. It's like a beat 'em up almost so far, like with the battle with Carnage, and he throws the little pieces of the symbiote onto the inmates, and they kind of zombie out. And so at the end, right, he gets to Norman. They all think he's going to kill Norman or take his codex, but instead he kind of converts him into one of the Carnage zombies or Carnage, one of his minions or whatever, right? So he wanted to like align himself and not really just kill him. Null means fucking in Norwegian. That's Donnie Cates for you. The last Infinity War warps, he was decapitated. Thanos, right? Okay, the Cates Guardians run is taking care of what's up with Thanos. Yeah, see, we're just getting back into the game, y'all, so bear with us, but we'll be there.
It's fun. I like it.
Yeah, so Nolia Nerd saying, I actually like Donny Cates' version of the Maker. The Maker seems like a twisted, quippy badass, and he'll be stretching out his face. He got him looking like an alien versus Predator type dude.
when he was in the machine, in that fucking codex extractor.
So Absolute Carnage, don't get it confused with the term Absolute. It's really just a single issue. The storyline is called Absolute Carnage, and issue 1 came out last week.
Oh, it's the school.
Yo, this school is
Sunday.
Every day.
It's Sunday.
For bullshit. Thanos is kind of back.
I gotta know what it is.
You know, we never listen to that shit.
There's gonna be tryouts for running this.
Like, who cares, man? Yeah, I knew the new Guardians arc was all about the death of Rocket, but I think it was dragging on like crazy, right? The maker is basically Reed Richards, Mr. Fantastic from the Ultimates universe, who went crazy. And he's still smart though, but he's evil. Why are they calling her Moira X when her name is McTaggart?
It's different timelines. She marries different men, right?
But was McTaggart her married name?
Yeah.
Well, I guess Moira X because now it's the first time we're seeing her as a mutant, right?
Wait, his last name isn't Xavier, so I can never find.
What?
Charles? Oh, yeah, that's his last name.
But I was thinking about what her first husband's last name was. I don't think it was McTaggart. I think that's her maiden name.
Oh. Hi, Forge.
Appreciate that, Infinity. Yeah, we're dropping heavy spoilers for Jarelli 1. Oh, X stands for her 10th life. There you go, that too.
Oh, okay.
And she's a mutant.
And the book is everything's got X's on it, so why not?
That makes sense, guys. Do they mention Sean Cassidy? I don't think they do, right?
No, I don't know that name.
Sean Cassidy is Banshee, I believe. But no, he doesn't get mentioned. All right, so I feel like that was kind of like a short little episode, man.
That's good. I feel like I like that.
So I guess we'll try to do like these kind of catch-ups, you know what I mean? Because sometimes it bleeds over to other books.
Yeah.
I guess we could talk now, I mean, without spoilers, but we read the first 2 issues of Sea of Stars. The artwork is great in that book. It's a Jason Aaron book, but it kind of feels like a Disney Pixar movie story. Kid separated from his parents. Now he's got these 2 quirky friends that he meets, but it's pretty interesting on, how the kid's staying alive is pretty interesting. And the father's trying to save him no matter what the odds are, right? Yeah, it was Banshee, that Sean Cassidy.
Right?
Does she have booty?
I don't know, but she's,
What? No, I don't.
I don't know.
Not digging SOS. Yeah, so I don't know if we wanted to keep picking it up. If he wants to give it another issue.
I want to give it one more issue.
Yeah, the art was good though, but I mean, it almost feels like I'm reading Silver Surfer Black as another cosmic book. I feel like I don't need to be reading both of these. So last night, I have not read. Phie read the first book, and she gave me the breakdown of it. It sounds tight.
Just the beginning, because I was just reading. I was like, "Hold on a second."
Like a 12 Monkeys thing going on.
Why every time I jump into something that's DC, it is never the regular timeline?
Well, neither is DC. So I'm reading DC, and I'm like, "Oh, this is a throwaway zombie book. This is not going to have stakes."
I'm like, "Okay, so everything's wrong. Nothing's right."
Impossible odds will never come back from. Brian said Sea of Stars has been pretty boring. Yeah, I was ready to give it up. I read that Coffin Bound. There's like an image number 1. Didn't hook me.
I got that one. I think I'm going to really like it. What was
something
it called?
About fight? Something?
Yeah, something. I got one that's like I don't know. It really looks good. Something about no one left to fight. No one left to fight.
No one left to fight something.
Oh, good. They left a voicemail. But I have to get the first issue because our place didn't have it. He's going to order it for me.
What?
The second printing of that.
Oh yeah. So CJ. So we don't really have that many good jumping on points for DC right now. It's Batman is on issue 75 or 76. I heard the Green Lantern run sucks, but all these things are kind of ongoing. So we're just going to be looking for new jumping on points. So we got Curse of the White Knight last night.
Space Bandits looked good. I kind of wanted to get that one, and I was like, I already had pulled so many different stories. I was like, let me just go with what I have. Okay, so Space Bandits. I heard that one was good. Mm-hmm. And it's just started too, though, I think.
Oh, Stoinski said he loved No One Left to Fight.
I heard it's a lot of fighting. Someone, Q8 Vonglia wrote, No One Left to Fight was just fighting. And then somebody else said Brian Wilson said No One Left to Fight has been very fun.
Brandon Stoyski, you want the P.O. box? I'll give it to you, player. We have it. It's in the description of all our videos, except maybe not this one, because I think I have to add this one later. But we have the P.O. box. If you go to any of our like recent videos or whatever,
I can put my email address and he can.
Let me see if it's in this. If you go to any of our, I forgot, what is he sending us? Oh yeah, yo, it's in the description of this video. Matter of fact.
Fair Lady. Then I gotta tell you, Chris, the name's not really pulling me in.
DC is where Marvel was 2 years ago. Yeah, it seems like Marvel's got the fire right now. They got a good writer. I mean, they got Donny Cates. They still have Jason Aaron. What else have they got going on right now? Donny Cates is doing a lot, man. He's doing Silver Surfer, Guardians, Absolute Carnage, Venom. He was doing Doctor Strange.
We already have both of them. Stoinski's comment. Did we already get both of them? I have the second one.
Did we get what?
He'll send me.
Oh, no one left to fight.
I have the second issue. I need the first.
No,
I have the second. I need the first. Move your elbow. These don't stay closed. It's so annoying.
I know. I mean, it feels like everyone's chilling. I don't know. Talking about don't call it a night.
Yeah. What was I gonna say? I wish I would have. I wish we had those Silver Surfer books up here.
Yeah, it's all good. I mean, it's
I
only
love the art in them. It's so good.
So I'm reading that Spawn Road to 300 as well, and I don't know. I was gonna make a video about it, but it didn't really seem like that much was going on to make a whole video.
Yeah, the No One Left to Fight reminded me of Final Fantasy for some reason. It looked like they were like all like Final Fantasy characters.
Time to talk about music. Thoughts on Watchmen? I don't know. I mean, it looked all right, right? It looked interesting, but I don't know if I'm like excited to watch it. I don't know if I'll even catch it. We'll see. You heard a rumor that Donny Cates is either going to write Thor or a Beta Ray book.
Ben Hizzle.
Now, I haven't been keeping up with the manga. We have to read. We got the Vagabond, Vinland Saga, got the Dragon Ball stuff. We're reading Berserk, so we're up to date with the Berserk deluxe editions.
Watchmen, the show started?
Oh, see, I didn't even know it started.
Oh, it started? We haven't really been watching a lot of TV anymore.
Ben Hazel's feet. Can you give me a shout out? I love the way you say it. Oh, I didn't hear it.
I just yelled it. I just yelled it. But how do you say it? You always go, Ben Hizzle.
Ben Hizzle.
He did a smiley face.
So Draven said, "Hey Gem, that's cool that you let Phie take your books out of the bags to read. I hate when my girl touches my books." I know, but the thing is, like, are we really going to submit these books for CGC to get 9.8s?
They might make their way into gem crates, so
maybe.
Not the one you got for me, though.
We got that variant.
I like that one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad I have it. I kind of want to keep like the torpedo sticker on it, but I want to change that bag of boards so bad. But
I think they have it in a Mylar, which it's a different bag than everything else.
It's a very nice one. I just want them all to be the same.
So Trap saying you got me wanting to order Berserk. Should I? I mean, it's been cool so far, and from what everyone's telling us, we haven't seen anything yet.
Let me put it this way:
it's good now.
We read the one book in one sitting.
Yeah,
it takes like 2 hours, and it's like bam, you get through it, and you're like, give me the next one.
What up, Coop? History of the Marvel Universe by Mark Waid is on issue 1. Artwork by Javier Rodriguez is great artwork.
And I gotta say, in talking about me touching the books, I kind of don't really feel like they're yours.
Are they ours?
I kind of feel like they're mine because we got the box that I wanted.
So they're yours. But whose room are they in? Yeah. What? So what? When I say you can't take it,
I just feel like they're mine.
All right, so what else going on, man? If that's it, man, we might be wrapping it up tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
kind of talked about the books already.
I don't really have anything.
So we got some, videos we have planned for every day this week. I don't really know what I'm going to drop yet, but we made a lot of different type of content.
Just drop the one tomorrow.
Which one?
Monday, the one I want you to drop.
The Polis one or the How to Ship Omnibus one? The How
to Ship books.
Maybe. I mean, I still got every Shang-Chi Omnibus one I got to drop. Death of Ultimate Spider-Man recent reads. The Ultimates recent reads. I did a where to start reading Venom.
Whatever. Just let all these people ship all their books and damage them all. And then there's
Showing
Forge.
much,
Where do I begin?
Collector's Digest. Just stay live and at work need entertainment.
Why are you at work right now? Where are you?
Sunday night.
It's Sunday late at night.
Yeah, Watchmen was on. Yeah, Bob Blank was talking about the movie or some shit.
Issue 3 of Surfer comes out this week.
Yeah, issue 3 of Silver Surfer Black.
I'm looking forward to it.
Oh, that's Murphy said package coming your way Tuesday. Damn. Ooh. Maybe we'll open it on the next live then.
Oh, yeah.
So what's going on with this Silver Surfer, the Prodigal Son? Because I think it's a one-shot. They had Fantastic Four, the Prodigal Son. So that's why I didn't send this one to you. Uh-huh. But we got that Scream joint coming out, that Absolute Carnage Separation Anxiety.
This person might need to go.
Who's that?
They just keep making like just off-the-wall comments.
Oh. Make noodles as well and out.
Yeah, I mean, it's not really like... I don't really know. Like, it's just weird.
I'm ordering both hardcovers of Berserk. Yeah, it's dope. So $5, we got a super chat from Brandy Fernando Cuenca.
Thank you.
Appreciate that, brother. $5 super. What's Venom Vault talking about? Hey, just turning in. Did you see Peter's apartment number is 616 in Absolute Carnage? And who is his roommate, though? Because I'm not reading the current Spider-Man run either.
I mean, honestly, in my mind, I was just like, it's just Miles Morales.
Is it though? I don't know.
I was just like, that's the only other person I can think of that this could possibly be, and I'm just gonna run with it.
Immortal Hulk #1 director's cut this week. I saw that too. They're making it like a 6-issue thing. Say thank you in Japanese. Konnichiwa. Is that hello? Or what does that mean?
No. Oh, I think it's hello. Boomerang.
That's funny, man. Who is the roommate, though? Nobody knows. Yeah, there's a bunch of extra content. Absolute Carnage 1 digital. A shitload. Because, I mean, I saw at the end of the regular book, they had the interview.
Don't take the sticker out of my book.
I thought his roommate was Miles. Maybe he looked older, though.
Yeah, he did look older.
Oh, Hobby and Boomerang are his roommates.
Oh, that someone's answering. I was like, oh, Boomerang.
Yeah, someone said Boomerang. I was like, all right. I thought you were talking about the Eddie Murphy movie. I was like, what the fuck?
I didn't know Boomerang was a character. That's great.
Yeah, we're going to get the tie-ins for Absolute Carnage. I mean, at least so far, we know we want to get the Scream one, and we want to get the Separation Anxiety ones. We haven't really looked at the checklist.
Well, I didn't know like the tie-ins were actually like noted on the page like that. I always thought like you just had to know about the tie-ins, and I was like, God, tie-ins must be so irritating to find because like, how do you know?
You talking about the editor's notes?
Yeah, like the little note like that. So that doesn't like just notify you like you need to go and like check this out.
Well, I think normally you're probably reading all those things anyway, or you're determining. I don't care. Okay. Where's the read list? Oh, here it goes. Absolute Carnage, Miles Morales. Absolute Carnage versus Deadpool. Yeah, we'll probably pick them up. It doesn't look like it's too much. A handful of issues.
Forge, I vote turkey.
What happened now?
Oh, I don't know. I wasn't watching. I'm like trying to go back. Okay.
Yeah, Bruce Joanne saying his LCS is pulling all the tie-ins. We should probably set that up too, man. We're about to go do dinner right now too, right?
Oh yeah, what are we gonna do?
We gotta do something.
It's already 5:45.
All right, let's wrap this thing up. So, hey, thanks for everybody checking in the live, or if you're watching this on the replay, we'll probably have a better idea of what we'll do next weekend. What after we see what we read throughout the week. I know we got, like I said, Powers of 10-2 is coming out. Then just Absolute Carnage, Scream, Silver Surfer Black 3. So I don't know.
Oh, and I'm gonna try to pick up those Space Bandit books. I'm gonna try to maybe just go try to find
which
them.
Ones?
Space Bandits.
Oh, Space Bandits.
I do want to get that.
Straight up.
Your dinner's gonna be boring. Forge, chicken or turkey?
All right, so let's get up out of here. Thanks for checking it out, guys, and catch us tomorrow. Probably drop a video in the AM. Peace.